Welcome to Strat Chat. My name is Martin, and we are doing the second episode of our Bohemian Tours and Tournaments run. Not 100% happy, actually, with the way that everything's gone. And I'm not quite sure that I've taken the right approach, but we'll talk about that when we get into it properly. The first thing I wanted to say before we go any further, really, is that the Twitch stream is back tomorrow, 7 o'clock, and we are starting with a new Viking character, and I've got a very interesting, exciting Varangian adventure, I think, to go on. I'm sure that probably other YouTubers have done something similar before, but I haven't seen them. I suspect that something similar has been done before, but you know, we're going to do it, and it's going to be really, really fun. So make sure you are at StratChat2 at 7 o'clock UK time, British summer time, tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have a lot of fun. So don't forget to follow as well. Even if you can't make it, perhaps pop in there, look for StratChat2, click follow. I'm trying to get to the 50 followers, so click in there. And also, I do want a decent number of people watching. We did before, but then we've had this big break, and now we're changing the game that we're playing. So there may be a little bit of a loss of momentum. So if you can make it, come along. If you want to support the channel, come along, and hopefully you can make some comments and perhaps guide us a little bit in terms of where the game is going to go. Anyway, let's get back to our character today, the Duke Necklin of Bohemia. So we invested a lot of time and effort, and by the way, let's just say our main character here is getting on. He's 68 years old. He's clearly not going to live forever, but a lot of effort into getting the feudal elective in the Duchy of Bohemia, and the idea being that all of the counties will go to one person, the person who's elected, and it's not working. And I think I've thought about this over the last couple of nights, and I think the reason for that is that it's our primary title. I think if we can make Duke Necklin a king, I think that the feudal elective thing will start to work the way that it always has. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if that's true. It's not impossible that this is actually just a change with the tours and tournaments stuff, and we just have to accept, elective succession types are no longer as useful as they were. We'll have to see. I don't think there's time for him to become a king without a very considerable amount of risk. He needs another duchy. I know that it works with Moravia. So if he could become the Duke of Moravia, we'd be in good shape. We would obviously need 500 gold to go to form the kingdom title. So you can see that altogether that just doesn't feel like it just doesn't feel to me like it's gonna happen. What I want to do is keep this man alive as long as I can. So as soon as it's possible, we'll change to the learning medicine focus, see if we can keep him alive. The reason I want to keep him alive is because of golden obligations at any cost. Just the fact that he is such a good steward king means that we might be able to make some good money with him. The other thing that I want to do is I want to get the reasonably good spy master busy trying to get hooks on people. So where do we want to get hooks? I wouldn't mind a hook on him. Okay, so we want hooks, so that's what the spy master is going to be focusing on. We're going to be trying to build ourselves up to 500 prestige, because that allows us to sell trivial titles. We want this on Notify, although it's not available until 872. It's 4 years. I'm not likely to be alive. And then I think that basically what we need to do is we need to accept that this guy is not a bad heir in terms of he could be working on innovations. The problem with him is that he isn't going to inherit some of the most valuable titles. So I think basically I need to accept that I'm going to have to take back what I lose. And what we are going to lose on succession is Kaslav, which is the one with the mine, and Boleslav, which is our other one of our most valuable ones. So yeah, providing 0.4 per turn. So we can't afford to lose these. So basically we need to be ready to take them back, which means that we need to build up our military. And I think that's what we're going to be focusing on doing. Getting some money, building up our military. If we get opportunities, we'll go on the perhaps go and visit somewhere, get some cheap prestige by going and getting involved in some games or something like that. I need 500 in order to sell titles, and that's going to give you 75 gold at least. Okay. The other thing that I'd quite like to do is start getting in with the Pope. And here he is. Now, in terms of asking for gold, I can't. I have a virtuous trait and a sinful trait. They cancel each other out, but his opinion of me is -17. His opinion needs to be positive of me, so I need to be thinking about looking for opportunities, I suppose, to spend this faith. And there's 100 gold there sitting there waiting for me. So let's shrink my head. I know this is most people's favourite bit. I mean, here's a chap who'd be a much, much better steward. Right, let's see what that's done. So 18 months goes down to 11. That's quite a big improvement, isn't it? So really nice. The good-looking cheval who's married to the oldish lady. She's not that much older than me. He's going to be increasing the toughness of our commanders, and some really, really good possible side effects there. Commander gains commander trait, knights improved in particular. Okay, so we're ransoming this lady here. She is earning 0.1. Again, let's just leave it. In a sense, that's 0.3 gold that I'm getting per month. I'm just waiting for it to fill up, and I get it as a lump sum. So it's 0.2 from neighbours. That's not insignificant, is it? I'm bureaucratic. I'm getting the Roman Holy Site. Because I'm Czech, I'm getting a bit more development. And then the inherent monthly growth is 0.2. So that's good. What about here? So basically all the same, but developing county is plus 3.25. Existing development, so it's slowed down a little bit because I'm more highly developed than my neighbours. And Prague is on hills, but because I've got the mountaineer ruralism, that's cancelled out. Okay. So this place is growing reasonably quickly. 5 a month. Okay, I'm pleased with that. Right, let's see if I get a hook on him. Perfect. See if we can get some money off him. Otherwise I wait since 50. Okay, where's the... Right, this is the chap to have a hook on, isn't it? Okay, there she is. See if she can find some... Must be able to find some hooks there. Great big court like that. We're there. Okay, there with no events whatsoever. So there's a duel and then there's the ceremony. So we're not going to get involved in participate in this, but what we're really hoping to do is that maybe we can pick up a little bit of prestige through some of the random events. 450, a slight win here would be really good. Right, so I'm not going to be in this duel. I could place a bet. And you got the good feeling about Gottfried. Okay. Gottfried is 17. Hugo is 9. Matteo is 18. I think Gottfried's got to be, hasn't it? Because he's giving you good odds. The dual quarterfinals are over. The Herald Booms, Duke Ernest II of Norgau, Matteo, Otto and Gottfried have reached the semis. Okay, so my man is in here. This is the fight between Otto and Gottfried has been decided. It was closely fought, but in the end, Otto disarmed Gottfried and forced him to concede. So I think I've lost my bet. Yeah, there goes my bet. Okay. And this chap wins. Good for you. Okay. So I think we head home now. Oh, I've missed my chance. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay, I think I've got to let them go. We'll have some of these dudes, though. Ah, right. This Count is wealthy. What's the chance of blackmailing him? Very good. Okay, so I can now blackmail him. That feels good. Okay, I want to do a grand tour, but I want at least, I don't know, more money than I've got. Let's keep increasing the size of my military. So we got our irrigation ditches, which is super, and we got the perk. Okay, so we've been doing quite well out of these hooks. Okay, we're going to go for an ordinary hunt for now. Right, so we got stag sighting here. The stag sighting there, and mountains, and no holdings. So actually this looks like the most promising location. Slay a beast, because I think that's the one that's going to give us prestige. So, journey first. Okay, as we arrive at the guest, my servants get started on preparations. Gamekeepers checking everything. Those deer are close, I can feel it. So this is actually making camp there, so we've arrived safely. 64% chance of success here. Here's all the boys. You'll master the hunt, summons the party together as the light reaches the camp in the mountains near Kletsko. My men have been gathering sightings of the stag that roam the local area after piecing together information from a few local gamekeepers. There's some talk about the tracks and fumes nearby. There's a middling 3 out of 5 element of risk here, and a mediocre 2 out of 5 chance of some prestige. Okay, so middling, so that's better, isn't it? That's success chance decreases. Okay, so we'll go for that one because we want the success. We amble in a group and I hear Mayor Prokop behind me hissing from atop his hunting steed. Look at that vile sycophant. He points at my vassal Count Vitislav, who seems to be having a hard time bearing the insults. You're acting like a child and should be punished like one. What about I gain mediator? Improves my awful diplomacy. This one stresses me, but Mayor Prokop likes me more. Let's just go for that one. 70% chance of success here. I tried to surprise the stag, or I gain 75 prestige. Success chance is decreasing. I'll go for this one. We've got 70% chance of actually getting this thing. It's gone up slightly to 73. Bow in hand, quiet steps, eyes on the dense trees. I await the stag, a deep breath, and is that Mayor Prokop? My simple vassal crouches in the sparse pines ahead of me. And why would I want to harm this chap? I'm going to get the opportunity of shooting, haven't I? 24% chance I actually kill him, but that's the end of the hunt. I don't have any reason to kill him. No, this is not the time. I will gain a little bit of stress for this. So there's something majestic about the way the stag gazes across the landscape hidden in the dense trees. I raise my bow. I silently glance over at my caravan leader, Trishlav, crouched down in the grass, who does the same. So watch this. So this is me taking the shot. Increases my hunter trait experience. Prowess challenge, 30% chance that the beast is shot. You gain me some prestige. You complete the slay beast intent and lose a lot of stress. But chances are 70% the beast escapes, or I can ask him to do it, and it's 40% chance that the beast is caught. Or now everybody, the stag pales under a hail of arrows. Okay, this is presumably the most likely one for the hunt to be a success. The stag cocking its head as though in anticipation. They snap, it slides towards us, pin cushioned with shafts. Didn't stand a chance. Okay, so we've got it. Prestige has gone up a bit. Heeding the call of the wild is an adventure, and this outing delivered the good and the bad in abundance. There's nothing quite like the thrill of bringing down a mighty beast. Directs the breaking up carefully, skinning the carcass with direction from the game masters. We place the eager dog's share of the spoils on the stretched hide before departing from camp home. Okay, so I've got some choices here. So I can keep the memento, and I've become the owner of the stag antler. It's not a bad thing to hang up in the hall. Nice. That's actually not a bad item. He's given me 50. Thought I was going to get 75. I should have read it properly, shouldn't I? A Majesty Tour. Customise your tour. The locations you can pick are displayed on the map. The further away from the previous stop your destination is, the more gold you will spend on your tour. Plan wisely to reduce the costs. Okay, what I really want to do is like getting loads of money out of the guys. Okay, so we'll have to go for that. It's going to cost 163, so I can't do it. Are we happy with him? We got an excellent one, so let's stick with that. Let's go on a tour, see what happens. Let's go. Russian culture. So Russian common has been accosted in the street. By making a statement in defence, I could perhaps convince my granddaughter-in-law the equally Russian good character, but I might risk alienating my Czechs. I'm going for the 75. Czechs are good people, the best. Life overall. Several peasants gather around me, asking me stories from my life. Think back on what I could tell them, and 2 stories jump to mind. One, when my daughter Dorina was born, was a lovely memory. On the other hand, when I defeated Duke Ratislav of Apollonia at the Battle of Hradec, is a more awesome tale likely to inspire loyalty and favour. The first story gets me a lot of prestige, and Prague gets inspired by stories which increase, I like this, increasing its development growth. Or just go for everyone loves a war story, levy reinforcement rate, no, go for this one. I receive a welcome worthy of a duke at the gates of Count Slavibor's stronghold in Litmerice, and there's little doubt that the splendour of my train has made a good impression. Accepting hospitality from this obnoxious sycophant is not enough to destroy my appetite. There had better be some gingerbread. Slavibor explains the planned evening banquet, promising entertainment. Victuals on offer will near the standards of my own court's dinner. The Count assures me this is only the finest food that he has to offer. So I get some prestige, I lose some stress, and the Count likes me more or dislikes me less because he absolutely hates me. Okay, so we've met this person, Bohemia. There's an endless wealth of knowledge about money. She has ideas about stewardship she laments aren't possible to implement at the court. Unfortunately, I can't make you my stewardess. It would be a shame to see such talent go to waste, so I simply must have her in my court. Okay. Sure that he won't mind, so Count Slabidor decides what happens next. Could just disappear in the night. 79% Slabidor finds out. This is silly. I think this is silly. I sit at the dinner table waiting my dessert. When it finally arrives, I can scarcely contain my rage. I'm appalled to see what's supposed to be a cake in the shape of a Czech fort sagging miserably under its own weight on my plate. Is this some kind of insult towards my prowess? I can only feel insulted to look at the thing, but from Slabivor's puppy-like eyes I can tell it was a sincere attempt at flattery. So either, oh, I love it, or how dare you. This makes my tour more majestic. Let's go for that. Alright, who's this? Katerina, court physician. Another evening of merriment draws to a close, and I found myself locked in conversation with Katerina of all people. Before I know it, the room became silent, save for our conversation. Everyone is hanging on my next word. Though a little awkward, I'm sure I can tell a tale that will have everyone here delighted. Something tragic. 36% chance of success. Right, it's 36% chance of success, whatever. Basically, there's a chance here likely to lose 75 prestige. My granddaughter-in-law, Pi Kelt, has approached me claiming to have been given Count Slabidor of Litmerice's permission to come join his court in place of my own. Right, do I want her to go? Letting this pass would certainly improve my standing with the Count, but the insult of stealing members of my court truly something I can't overlook. Can become rivals. Yeah, my grand tour becomes more majestic. I quite like that. I emerge reluctantly into the waking world as the morning sun suddenly pierces my vision. I see a servant shuffling awkwardly around my room, unsteady as she sets my breakfast down beside me. I ask what troubles her, and even with such minimal provocation begins to vomit words forth. Who is she? She's wandering. Not particularly talented. Oh, my wise, kind Duke, these walls talk. Oh, what terrible things they say. I know so much, but too much, I think, some days. Count Slabidor would never forgive me if I told you, but I just can't keep these secrets in my head anymore. Well, you must tell me at once. Okay, so I've learned her secret. Okay, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. I've concluded my royal visit, and now my procession prepares to depart. They've all lined up to say goodbye. If I make no demands, he likes me more. Time for a tribute. Gets me 150 and additional renown, and I become, well, yeah, definitely. I don't care what he thinks of me. I'll be dead soon anyway. Refused it. Okay. Right, this won't succeed. It's my final act. Whatever. Okay, so let's see if we can depose him before we die. Okay, we've got a battle on our hands. Thank God I can go inside again. Okay, so I'm finally home. Nice victory. Right, let's get rid of the levies. Oh, Bishop Farfar's worth some money. Okay, oh, that's super news. Okay, so let's just check out these. So we can blackmail her 100%, and we can blackmail him 100%. So he's giving us 15. Yeah, I don't think these are going up. Let's just take the money. Okay, so he's besieging me now. Check will tell us that we're 3 months away and he is 7 months away. It's not even a domain one. Okay, so we won the siege, that's 15. Catch him. Yeah, okay, this might be the end. Okay, super duper. Enforce those demands. Soviet disband all. Okay. Oh, do you know what? That's because I haven't done it yet. Hang on. So I'm hoping, yes, that I can improve the succession through this. Oh. Right, okay. This is what I've got to do. Okay, let's go for this. Okay. Now I can take away his titles. Okay, revoke title. I've gained a rival. That's not the end of the world. Revoke title. Okay, nice. Right, how has that affected the succession? Okay, I'm now going to lose 3, but I keep Zatek and Prague. Zatek is one of his ones, wasn't it? Okay, let's do that. So we basically pardon him and we'll murder him. If he dies before me, succession for now is secure into the hands of one person. Next thing I need is 500 gold to feudalise this. Earth, am I going to get 500 gold from? Okay, let's have a look at the Pope. How close is he to liking us? I mean, it's improving slightly. It's a long time till I get to Paragon of Virtue. Clergy plus 10 might help. Right, easy ways of making money. 75 for a little dread. 100. Everyone loses 10 opinion of me. Or subjects. Let's go for that. And I died. At least we got the money for my son. Duke Necklin of Bohemia has given up the ghost at 72, died of old age. Keen, dedicated hunter, loved to spend entire weeks in the wilderness looking for the most elusive game. Duke Hastit ascends to the throne, energetic, collected. Hastit will surely improve the realm under his rule. So we're going to finish there. I actually put a cut in there so I can kind of know a little bit what happens afterwards. So definitely tune in on Wednesday because I think we'll have quite an interesting episode. But I've made sense to stop there. We're up to about sort of 20, 25 minutes or so. And really, Duke Hastit comes to the throne with a series of obvious challenges which we need to address in the next episode. The first of those, of course, is the succession, because the actual some of the best land is going to go to his nephew. It's going to go to his nephew. And he's going to want to take that back, and he's going to want to take it back immediately before his nephew has any opportunity to sort of grow in any kind of strength. So that's obviously key. The other thing is, his father went to a couple of tournaments and kind of just watched what happened. We've got a guy here who's very, very intelligent. So we're going to see whether we can find an event for him to go to where perhaps he's poetry competitions and there's things like that, isn't there? And maybe gaming might be something that he's also very good at. So we kind of want to explore that aspect of the game just a little bit more. And the other thing, and this is key, is that I want him to become a king. And he's going to have to be, the only way to become a king is by finding another duchy that he can take over. To the north, there are several duchies that in themselves look quite weak, but they have to be holy wars. And my best guess is, with that huge area of Slothian pranks religion to the north and to the east, I think it'd be very risky attacking those without very, very strong serious alliances, and I don't actually have any alliances at all at the moment. Great Moravia is what I want, and I think it forms a natural part of the same kingdom as Bohemia, so if you can kind of get them both. But the only way that I'm going to be able to get that is if I can get what I'm really hoping is that perhaps that I can get the Pope to offer me something for that, and then to find a moment when they're weak. You know, Great Moravia is actually quite powerful, but if I can catch it in the middle of a civil war or something like that, we got a chance. And the final thing that I need to do is I need to get enough money to start buying buildings that are going to produce more money to kind of get that kind of snowball going. Bohemia, it's developing, it's culturally kind of uniform, it's kind of almost religiously uniform as well through Catholicism now. But it doesn't have the buildings that it needs in order to really begin to snowball. Most obviously the mines, but lots and lots of other things. Of course, it can't have seaports because it's landlocked, but I think it's got locations for, if we can get some other baronies set up, it's got locations for fields and farms in farmland. There's we need to get that lot going. I think this is the guy that's going to begin to do that process, but he isn't the best person longer term. So we need to be looking at that, looking ahead to really talented leaders to succeed from him. I'm going to stop right there. Don't forget Strat Chat to Twitch tomorrow at 7 o'clock UK time, British summer time. Be there, it's going to be great. And also that we will be back on Wednesday on YouTube, of course, continuing with the Duke Hastit. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.